Bada bang, bada boom. We are back in business. How are y'all doing? Welcome back to Truther Boom, Boom, Boom Tuesday. I am your host, the one, the only, Jake the Awake, aka the funniest man in the world. My watch page just popped on and interrupted me. As I was saying, the funniest man in the world, greatest truth teller who ever lived. Yes, he is I. I am him. And this is my show. This is Truther Tuesday. Welcome, everyone. And getting us started, somebody has sent a super chat before the show even started. I love when that happens. In fact, there's a couple of them. I got 2 super chats before I even kicked off the stream. That's what I love to see. First off, we got a new member, Shane O'Mac. Awesome. Welcome to the family, Shane O'Mac. Shady Davy D getting us started with the first super chat of the night. He said, indeed, this is Truther Tuesday live on the #1 Truther source here on YouTube, Jake the Awake. Davy D, he shows up to almost every single stream. He donates often, and he tells people to hit the thumbs up. He is a excellent person to have in your corner. Thank you very much, Davey. I appreciate that. Getting us started. First super chat of the night. And the second one coming in from Zach W. He says, you the man. Oh, thank you very much. You the man as well for sending me a super chat and telling me that I'm the man. I think that also makes you the man, sir. So I'm the man, you the man. And anyone else who sends me a super chat is also going to be the man. Unless they're a woman, then they're going to be the woo man. All right. Good times. So just in case anyone missed it last week, we were talking about Alex Jones. And here's a question. Who is Alex Jones these days? Is it Bill Hicks? I don't think it's Bill Hicks. If it ever was, it is definitely not Bill Hicks anymore. And maybe it never even was. But here we have 5 different faces. 2 of them I think are for sure the same guy. Young Alex Jones, old Alex Jones. Those 2 look similar to me. However, the current Alex Jones does not look similar to old Alex Jones. Not similar enough, anyway. So I'm going to propose here tonight that possibly Will Sasso might be playing the role of new Alex Jones. Might be. All right. And I know people are going to say, oh, it's not Will Sasso. Before I even show you the evidence, now I'm throwing this out as a possibility. I'm not saying for sure it's Will Sasso. I'm just looking for possible actors who are playing the role of new Alex Jones, right? So if I find what I believe to be a possible candidate, and then I find evidence to support that this very well could be at least one guy who has recently played the role of new Alex Jones, well, I'm going to bring it to you. So strap in. We're going to have a good one tonight. I don't have a long show tonight. I'm getting started a little later than usual because I was working on the damn top 10 like all morning, and then it bled into the afternoon. So it's been a bit of a long day for me, just hanging out in the office doing YouTube stuff all day. So I won't keep you guys too long tonight. I'll try and keep it only like maybe a couple hours tops. So strap in, y'all. We're about to have some fun tonight. Speaking of having fun, let me read some comments from you guys before I jump in. We'll let some people show up. Tulo says he's a shape-shifting archon. Or should I say, he's a bloody shape-shifting archon. Jake, the asshole. He's changed his name to Jake the Awake, trying to cover up the fact that he's a bloody archon. I've been giving him losses and handing him L's for the last few years when I discovered that he's Nick Johnson and a bare knuckle boxer in the UK. He's also Jason Gould. All right, I'm getting carried away. Getting carried away with some Aaron Haywood. And only hardcore subscribers who've watched a bunch of live streams will even get who I'm talking about there. So. All right, First Amendment's here. Holden is here. He says, Jake the Awake, Shady Davy D thinks it's a great idea later to show off my latest project. Oh, yeah, I got your email, so thank you for that, and we'll see what you have later on for sure. It better be funny. Speaking of emails, I got an email from a guy who goes by Myron Man. At least that's what his email handle is. And he sent me some info that I'm going to share with you guys tonight. So I got to give a shout out to the guy who emails me stuff, Myron Man. I have a subscriber who will randomly email me stuff. And I took a look through my email and saw a pretty interesting video clip sent to me. So I'm going to share that tonight. Definitely lends some evidence to the government using AI technology to be able to make basically anyone look and sound like anyone. Yes, they have the AI technology now to where you can have a man talking regular to the camera, and the AI software will turn it into a woman and even change the voice. Yeah, we're that far along. Anyone can be anyone as far as on a screen is concerned. All right. Captain Wonderful says, anyone counting the blinks? Oh, yeah. Sometimes when I get talking and going off, I don't blink that much. So people were saying maybe Jake is AI because he doesn't blink. So I guess now I got to be like, there you go. Have fun counting all those. Now, you think AI would be that quick to make that funny of a joke about blinking? I bet not. That's how you know I'm not AI. AI is nowhere near as funny as me. All right. So, if you guys caught the last stream, I floated the idea about Will Sasso possibly being Alex Jones. And there were others in chat who've been saying that for weeks now. And so, I am the leading authority on talking about Alex Jones being replaced within like the last year. And hardly anybody notices, hardly anyone's talking about it. Out of all the people talking about it, I'm like the leading guy. So, as far as I know, I am at the forefront of this subject, and I will continue to be at the forefront of this subject because I went and dug up some evidence. At least I like to consider it evidence that a possible candidate such as Will Sasso could definitely be the role of new Alex Jones. So let me give you guys a couple samples of what I found, and then we'll discuss.
It doesn't
look. Dude, it looks real. It looks like that's your real hair.
Really? Here, wait.
Yes.
Okay. That actually helps me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, to have the wig helps me do the Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get now. All right. Why don't you tell me, Pierce? Oh, I can do that accent too. This is Alex Jones doing a British accent. I'm Alex Jones. Pip pip cheerio.
It's nice, dude.
All right. I got up in the middle of the night to get a glass of orange juice, and when I opened the fridge, a schism.
Okay, so there's Will Sasso doing an Alex Jones impression. And this was before Alex Jones got replaced. So this could be like his practice session. So if they told him, okay, you're going to take over the role of AJ in 2025 or 2024, right? And he knows ahead of time, and then he has time to practice and stuff. This could be him practicing for his role as the new Alex Jones. So perhaps he's not just doing an impression. Perhaps he's giving us the tip-off that this was going to be his next big role.
Pulled me through time, and I wound up living 12 months in the year 2063. But I took as many notes as I could. America has its first gay president.
All right, so I will say he does a decent impression. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's as good as mine. Folks, he's got a little bit of that Alex Jones vibe going on, but as far as I am concerned, I do the absolute best impression of AJ, and the reason is because I want to eat my neighbor's ass. I'm gonna haul him up that chain, gonna slice him up. I'm gonna feed my neighbor's ass to my babies. My children will not go hungry. These goddamn freaking globalists are pissing me off. In the name of America, we will not go silently into the night. Now, that is old Alex Jones, of course. And as we've seen, new Alex Jones doesn't quite sound like old Alex Jones, right? Which changed my impression from old Alex Jones. Now we have new Alex Jones who says things like, folks, if Trump doesn't save this country, I think I might puke. I'm physically ill. I'm about to puke right now. I'm about to cry. And I'm about to puke. So now we have new Alex Jones that says he's going to cry and puke while he's sitting in his car moaning and bitching like a pussy, when old Alex Jones was way more over the top with his pro wrestler promo energy, right? So I'm floating that if Will Sasso is the new Alex Jones, that his impression isn't that great, which would actually fit him being the new Alex Jones. You see? That basically is evidence to me that this could be the new Alex Jones because his impression is decent. It sounds somewhat like Alex Jones, but he's not doing that great of a job. So since we see a clear difference between old Alex Jones and new Alex Jones, at least I do, it actually makes sense if somebody like Will Sasso is now playing the part. There would be a difference. We would see a difference.
The middle of the night to get a glass of orange juice, and when I opened the fridge, a schism pulled me through time, and I wound up living 12 months in the year 2063.
All right. Looks like First Amendment wants me to change the background. Apparently, he doesn't like my blue background, and he prefers a green background. Dude, I'm going to start my show with a blue background every time just so you send me money to tell me to change it to green. That's how I know I'm going to make at least one super chat per night, is just by having a blue background so that you have to pay me in order to get your green background. There you go, bro. There's your green, if you know what I mean. He's got the green background for the good ganja, for his pot smokage. All right, there you go, bro. Let's continue. I got some more evidence for you. There's more where that came from.
hear the call from the lead.
Oh yeah, I got to get YouTube Premium again. All right, here we go.
We need that Alex Jones back, though.
Just in general.
I think we need him. You know what I would love to see him do? And this is what I thought he was going to get into, was like a regular guy's job after he had the big lawsuit against him.
Theo Von Fawn. He's one of those comedians who's not funny and never says or does anything funny, but somehow he's considered a comedian. Theo Von Fawn. We need that Alex Jones back. Theo Von Fawn talking about Alex Jones.
We need that Alex Jones back, though.
Just in general.
I think we need him. You know what I would love to see him do? And this is what I thought he was going to get into, was like a regular guy's job after he had the big lawsuit against him. Was
A regular.
The lawsuit against him. See, he doesn't talk about how that whole thing was fake as fuck, right? That's how you know Theo Von Fawn is a fucking shill comedian. And I don't even like calling him comedian because he's not fucking funny. He's never done anything to ever make me chuckle or laugh. I can't think of a single bit that he's famous for.
manager in like a Denny's or something.
Yeah.
Manager in like an IHOP.
Yeah, you got to get the moons over my. They're making the moons over my hammy gay. I'm a humanist. You got. Let me tell you something about these people out here eating mozzarella sticks. I've eaten mozzarella sticks in Bohemian Grove. It was invented by Mark Twain. Originally, it was just a place for these globalist people to. It was actually a lot of closeted homosexual activity happening there, mostly by Republicans.
All right, so this is an even worse Alex Jones impression. This one is worse than the last one, in my opinion.
But Democrats took it over, and John F. Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy Jr., Bobby Kennedy, they went out to Bohemian Grove. You can still go there. It's in Northern California. And they're deep in the forest wearing robes like druids. And
sir, I want an omelet, sir. I'm looking for an omelet.
Yeah. What do you want? How would you like your eggs? You want what? Toast, wheat toast.
Right.
I hate this uniform. Just always ripping off his fucking polo shirt. You want to see my name tag?
Yep. So one thing we saw new Alex Jones do was bulge his eyes out. And check out Will Sasso when he does the impression. He'll bulge his eyes out right here.
You want to see my name tag?
There it is. See? So that's one of the things he does when he does the impression. He bulges his eyes. And new Alex Jones was uncharacteristically doing these eye bulging things, just like that.
And these people they're reptiles. I've seen it up close. They don't have skin like you and me. I've been up close. I've been next to Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton. These people are not human. They're interdimensional beings. They come in, they open rents in the fabric of time and space. Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton. These people are not human.
Now, if I was going to do this impression and I was doing old classic AJ, I would say I've been around these creatures. Hillary Clinton. Ugh. These are not humans. They do not exist in the same realm as we do. They come from the underground. Freaking lizards. I saw her tongue slip out of her mouth. It was like
interdimensional beings. They come in, they open rents in the fabric of time and space, and they walk through. And I gonna want to see it. Everybody wants the same thing at the end of the day. They just want to be able to watch, sit down, eat their frijoles, and
watch white porn with their families.
Watch white porn with their families.
All right. So here's a couple different examples of Will Sasso doing the voice. And again, he doesn't do that great of a job, but new Alex Jones don't really sound that much like old Alex Jones. He kind of already looks like Alex Jones already. So you wouldn't need to do that much to him. Now, let me show you a little piece of technology that they have that they can use Will Sasso and their technology and use a combo, right? So instead of having to dress Will Sasso up or put a mask on him, right, or surgically alter him or anything like that, instead they can have the technology do some of the work, and they can use a combo, let's say, of Will Sasso and this technology right here.
Yo, somebody granddaddy is getting tricked with this software right here.
Yep. And grandma is not safe either. Grandma is not safe because Mr. Johnny is here.
Yo, somebody granddaddy is getting tricked.
So if this is a black guy just talking normally, and then the AI software can turn him into that woman and change the voice automatically, then shit, they wouldn't even need Will Sasso to do much. He could just talk, and then they could have the AI do the rest. So the fact that he can do the impression, that helps if they want to do any sort of a live event or whatever, and they need an Alex Jones to be there in person. But look at the technology that they have. You could have anybody become Alex Jones, basically, if this is the tech that's out there. And if this is what we're able to see, what we're being shown here on this Twitter video, then I'm guessing this sort of technology the government has had for a long time.
With this software right here.
Yep. And grandma is not safe either. Grandma is not safe because Mr. Johnny is here.
So if you can just talk regular and it can turn you into an older guy or someone of the opposite sex, yeah, grandma ain't safe. Grandpa ain't safe. In fact, you might want to educate grandma or grandpa about AI if you can even get them to understand what you're even saying. I don't know if it'll help to try and educate them, but if your grandma or grandpa still have any screws left, you might want to warn them about some of these dangers. I don't know how they're going to handle it, though. All right. So, what do you guys think of that? First Amendment said, hide your kids, your wife, and your grandma. Karma says, we're cooked. We Too Low says they're going to let this get out of hand. So, you guys, it won't be long before they push digital ID onto us, and they'll use these AI scams as one of their reasons. Like, oh, well, we have a huge issue with AI scams. People are pretending to be other people, and we just can't have that happening. And it's happening more and more. You know, hundreds of thousands of AI scams are siphoning, billions of dollars off of innocent victims. So we're going to help stop all that with digital IDs. Huh? Don't you want one so that you don't get scammed by AI? You got to have one. No, seriously, you have to have one. Otherwise, we won't allow you to bank with us. In fact, we won't allow you to buy anything unless you have one of these. See what I'm saying? It's because AI ruined it. So we got to do this. We got to implement a digital ID. It's AI's fault. Okay. If you want to blame somebody, get pissed off at AI. All right. Let's listen to Will Sasso do just a little more. Now that we've seen the technology they have and the fact that Will Sasso is doing Alex Jones impressions, we'll listen just a little more.
Roku's self.
Right after words from this shitty commercial. All right, here we go. Wow, that was annoying, wasn't it? All right.
Get some more of it, so it'll really. Okay. Baseline. You got to read this stuff and get into the.
Yeah.
666, reptilian, vermilion, pavilion, Brazilian, chameleon, battalion, scallion, medallion, sucking on the dick of a satanic stallion. Okay. Fine.
All right. There's some more of him doing the Alex Jones impression. All right. And then when we look at the crying in the car crash out from Alex Jones, we'll take a look at that. Now that we have Will Sasso fresh in our mind, we'll go to the crying in the car Alex Jones crash out video.
You know, have they rolled over? I see a lot of signs that, I mean, Trump's pretty much in charge now. And so all evidence points towards them using the information to control the deep state.
And we get that bulging eyes, right?
All evidence points towards them using the information to control.
Right? Now, these eyes are real light colored, a light blue color. Old Alex Jones had brown eyes. Will Sasso has blue eyes, but they're darker than this. So I'm floating the theory, perhaps somebody like Will Sasso is talking and doing his impression, and then they just, with this assistance of AI, they layer this face over the top, maybe even alter the eyes. It's almost like they're giving it away with the eye color being different, because classic Alex Jones does not have light blue eyes like this. And then with the head right here, for those who watched my last live stream, I pointed right here at his head. You'll see his head morphing. So this leads me to believe they're using AI to create this version of Alex Jones. But is it strictly AI and no human doing any reenactment at all? Or do they have somebody like Will Sasso in a mask, perhaps, and they're using some AI to touch it up? So I'm floating the theory that A, Will Sasso could be playing this part, and B, it could totally just be AI. C, it's a combination of Will Sasso and AI.
The deep state. So meet the new boss, same as the old boss. The Who song won't get fooled.
So if you keep an eye on his head will morph throughout this clip.
Again, this is going to be an unmitigated disaster. I don't know how they got Trump and the DOJ to do this.
Look, see? Look at this bump right here and this indention.
Because the public is not buying it. No one is buying it. So
just some of the looks and facial expressions that he makes just don't match old Alex Jones.
I never saw any evidence of Trump involved.
Look at his head with these weird indentions.
So
look, you can see like pixelation. Clearly some sort of green screening going on here. You got the bulging eyes. He doesn't sound quite right. I mean, we have to consider Will Sasso at least a possible candidate at this point.
I never saw any evidence of Trump involved in any of the stuff that came out. It was all fake. The fake Jane Does, all the crap. You know, E. Jean Carroll, the crazy leftist cat lady, all of it. So now by coming in and being part of the cover-up.
All right, his head bulged out. I'm going to try and slow it down, and I'm going to turn him off and just pay attention to his head bulging out. I'll put it at half speed. Just pay attention right here. It's like nobody's head changes shape every time they speak. You guys see it? This is why I am at the forefront of this topic. What other channel do you know sits there and points out the glitches on his head, makes the connection that it could be Will Sasso? I am at the forefront of this topic. Don't anybody try and tell me any different. Oh no, Jake, that's Bill Hicks right there, Jake. It's Bill Hicks. No, definitely not Bill Hicks anymore, is it? For sure is not Bill Hicks, if it ever was. Look at the glitching on his head right here. Look at that. Look at these eyes. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. So, possibly Bill Hicks played Alex Jones at one time. But currently, I'm looking more at somebody like Will Sasso. And we know that the technology exists that they could have anybody basically turn into Alex Jones. So they might not even need Will Sasso. They might just be able to have some random person just talk on screen, and then the AI turns it into Alex Jones. Maybe they don't even need a person to talk. Maybe they can just take old clips of Alex Jones and the AI can spit out that new version of Alex Jones. But for whatever reason, they're showing us the different colored eyes, and they're making it kind of obvious that it's not the same guy anymore. Because old Alex Jones has brown eyes. Bill Hicks, I think he had brown eyes as well. It looks like it in this photo. Will Sasso has blue eyes, but they're darker than this. So the fact that they're showing us these light-colored eyes is the tip-off. Like they want us to know. I don't know. But of course, I'm one of the only people who seems to even notice this sort of stuff. This is the one where he talks about puking.
I mean, it's just you cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office. I'm gonna go throw up actually, and this only happens every few years when something really really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically gonna puke probably right.
He's physically gonna puke right now. This is new Alex Jones. He's a castrated pussy. Sits in his car like he's whining on TikTok, and he's physically gonna puke and cry.
Right now, my mouth is watering right now.
His mouth is watering. I don't know about you, but when I'm about to puke, my mouth waters. My mouth is watering right now because I'm about to puke.
Okay.
It's because
Nothing weird about that. All right, see, I already did my impression of that several times last night and before, so that's catching anyone up who missed my last live stream. All right. So there you go. We have to consider Will Sasso at least a candidate, a possibility that he's either currently playing the role or has played that role recently. Holden says, when it's time, Jake, my channel, I post Truther6242. All right. Holden's got a project that he worked on, and he's going to surprise us with it. Hopefully it's funny. All right.
I'm physically going to puke right now. I'm going to cry like a little pussy in my car because I got integrity. I'm new Alex Jones, and new Alex Jones cries and has integrity. All right.
Deadbeat said they had to make Jones look like a broken man after the fake Sandy lawsuit reality TV script. Yeah, you notice all the shills will refer to that as the trial or when he got sued. They won't say, you know, that fake as fuck trial where he pretended to get sued by Sandy hacks. Yeah, they won't say that. There's a lot of shills who are only allowed to talk about one or two subjects, and there's a whole list of subjects they're not allowed to talk about at all or ever bring up. So very few people out there will even talk about how sports are completely scripted. There's a lot of shills who aren't even allowed to talk about sports being scripted, let alone Alex Jones being replaced. Also, celebrity replacements in general, that's kind of a no-no topic for most shills. So what they say is, oh, no, they're under MK Ultra mind control, or no, that somebody got to them. Oh, they changed once they got to Hollywood, but they won't tell you that, like, oh, no, they got straight up replaced by some other imposter actor, like Dave Chappelle. You can get Jim Brewer to say Dave was visited, but you can't get Jim Brewer to say it's not the same fucking Dave anymore. It's a whole nother guy. No, the most you get out of Jim Brewer is Dave was visited.
Yeah, we're not allowed to tell you exactly what happened with Dave Chappelle, but we can tell you that he got visited by the Anunnaki.
So I saw that, what else is going on in the world? I saw there was like a Antifa protest, or Antifa, a bunch of Antifas got together in Portland. Portland ICE protest. That's what it was, an ICE protest. And it drew a bunch of Antifas. I haven't heard about Antifa in a while, but apparently they're back. Let's take a quick peek at one of these videos where somebody goes
in.
All right.
It's a philosophy. It's an ideology. It's just an excuse, a pretext for the government to find a way to invade our cities.
So you're not a terrorist?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think you look like a terrorist, ma'am.
No, not lately.
You're moving too quick with the walker to be a terrorist.
Yeah, totally.
So these people right here are anti-fascist. That's an ideology. But the group of Antifa is different. That's who Donald Trump has declared as terrorists. The organization of Antifa, the group of people that receive funding from groups to then go out and incite political violence against their opposition, as they are part of the group of in the organization of Antifa. Most of these people just have the ideology of being anti-fascist, which is not a bad thing. Nobody supports fascism.
All right, so as we know, or you should know, they hire a lot of these protesters. Now, are all of them hired? No, they actually have some people who show up who are useful idiots who want to get involved because they think it's the right thing to do. So there are lefties and liberals who join these things as useful idiots, and they aren't even being paid to be there. But the ones who have like megaphones and who have big elaborate signs, a lot of times those are the ones who are paid to be there. So by having a core group who's paid to be there, that's what draws in the useful idiots to want to go along with the so-called ICE protest. So you get a combination of paid protesters and useful idiots who are doing it for free.
Nobody wants violence, or nobody wants a fascist dictator here in the United States. But the difference is between these people and Antifa is an organization who have now been declared as terrorists. These people, these old boomers right here, are not terrorists. They have the ideology of being anti-fascist, and they believe.
Gotta love how a lot of them are wearing muzzles. Muzzle yourself up, morons. Like, how can you be a grown adult in the year 2025 and not have figured out that walking around and chanting with signs does nothing? It does jack shit. Like, once you participate in something like this, you should then learn, like, yeah, that was a waste of time. I'm not going to do that anymore, right? I've showed up to a protest back in 2020. Lockdown protests. I went to one and I saw how the government totally had infiltrated it. And they had actors getting up on a podium and giving speeches and whatnot. So I learned that a lot of these so-called protests, the government has their finger in it, and they can make it look like it's by the people and for the people, but really the government is running the show. And they'll even give you a protest to take part in where you're going to like honk your horn and walk around and chant shit. But that's it. You're just going to waste your time. And so they have this illusion in their head that by walking around and doing this, that somehow they're helping, like spread awareness, or that what they're doing will somehow fix the problem. But it literally does nothing except waste their own time. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to waste your own time.
Trump is a king and a dictator, but I would not consider these people as terrorists. So you have that protest going on, and now we're heading over to the main protest, where a rally from Antifa is set to take place, as they have been controlling and occupying the outside of this ICE detention facility. Trade to the federal government today.
I don't think any message will get through to them today. I just hope they realize that we're going to stand up and fight for our community, that we love each other and we will protect each other as this car tries to run through people.
This lady's trying to get through the streets. We're not letting her through. I'm not letting her through.
Right there, maybe.
Yeah, break that bitch's windows and drag her out. She's trying to go home through our Antifa parade. She's trying to make us get out of the way for a second. Can you believe this bitch wants us to move out of the way for a second so she can go home? Let's drag her out of the car and beat the shit out of her. And her kids, too. Yeah!
They're not letting her through right now. And now everyone seems to back up this lady right here, saying it's illegal for her to be coming through here. The police are stepping in.
Oh my goodness. You won't be able to get
She hit a pedestrian. If you do not arrest this woman, you are complicit with this Trump administration. She's scaring me. She hit a pedestrian.
I don't know if I'm buying this. This almost seems performance. Like they got the camera right here to catch this. This looks like a performance.
Are you going to answer, or are you going to continue?
We can't hear anything when you're
with this
yelling.
bullshit
This is
administration?
wild right now. You have the police going. You have these guys mad at me for filming this.
Ugh, I don't even like watching stuff like this because it starts to get me pissed off and triggered. Just watching a few minutes, like I can feel my heart rate picking up and me being like, I want to punch all of these people. Every one of them needs to be punched, including the lady that just wants to go home. I want to punch her too. And the cop, I want to fucking punch him and every NT. I just want to punch everyone who is on screen. DG, new member. All right. Awesome. Good times. Renee Locke, a new member. Sweet. That reminds me, I got to put out some new members only content for the members and do a members only stream. That's right. We'll try and shoot for a members only stream this weekend. Like maybe Saturday, we'll do a members only stream where you got to be a member in order to join. We can talk about whatever you guys want. Yeah, they blocked the streets off. Those are controlled areas, right? So that looked like a an act for sure. And then they got that shill right-winger guy right there with his camera to catch the interaction just perfectly. Yeah, it seemed like a performance. I'm scared. I just want to go home.
Arrest that lady right there! Arrest her! I have purple hair and I'm an annoying Antifa bitch. Arrest this white lady for trying to go home.
She's scaring me. I'm so scared. And then the cop's like, ma'am, I'm just gonna stand here and pretend like I'm doing cop stuff right now while we get all of this interaction perfectly on camera. All right, ma'am. So, yeah, if you could roll down your window so that I could not tell you exactly what to do while this lady is yelling into her megaphone, ma'am. Yeah. Not buying it. All right. Do what Davey says. Hit the subscribe. Make sure the bell notifications are turned on. Smash the like button. All that jazz. Looks like Davey sent a super chat as well, suggesting that everybody hit the like button. He has a tendency to do that. He's a good guy. Supports the channel. Sends super chats, which are greatly appreciated. Super chat love helps keep this channel afloat. If you enjoy what I do here, consider showing your love in the form of a super chat. Shady Davy D says 400 plus in the chat. Get these likes up. Yes, it's quick. It's easy. Takes a second to just click that like button. Rose Bell thinks that all them Antifas are freaks. The freaks come out at night. All right. Looks like I've made a few people laugh tonight. That's good. It's always a good sign. Oh, I thought of a new joke. Let me remember it real quick. Oh yeah. All right. So this is a new joke, and I'm still in the process of refining it. So I'm going to have to tell it a few times before I get it just right. But it goes like this. Have you guys ever been listening to an old song, a song that came out like 10 years ago or 20 years ago or even older? and then it's like it reminds you of a time a long time ago, and it kind of like transports you to this place and time in your head, right? You can hear a song from the 90s, right? And it like brings you back to a time that you had in the 90s when things were different, when things were better, right? So you'll hear a song and you'll be like, oh, that reminds me back when I used to hang out with my friend and we used to go to this one place. So it can remind you of different people from your past. Music can remind you of different places that you went, feelings that you had at a certain time. So the other day, I was listening to some classic rock and roll from the 70s, and I was like, man, this really brings me back to before I was born. Man, this music from the 70s, it really transports me back to before I was born. Man, things were better back then, back before I was born. Man, I wish I could go back and relive those times back in the day before I was born. All right, there you go. There you go. New joke. Before I was born. Yeah, mine is Sugar Hill by AZ Skateboarding with friends getting kicked out of Blockbuster. Sugar Hill by AZ Skateboarding. When you said Sugar Hill, I thought you were going to say like the Sugar Hill Gang, right? Hip, hop, a hip to the hip, hip, hop and you don't stop. Rock on, baby, going to the boogity bang bang, the boogie to the boogity beat. But no, you're talking about some other song. Almond Sensed or Almond Scented says, you have the right to love old music. I love 80s. Well, older music was just much better than anything that is created nowadays. And now there's AI music, right? Ruining everything, taking all the fun out of it, right? It's like there's no point in getting a group of people together to play music for real. No reason to get some dudes together and jam when you can just put on some AI and tell it whatever to do, and it'll spit out a better version of anything you could ever come up with, right? Kind of takes all the fun out of the whole music making, creative art. Raw Onions says, listening to Bush reminds me of getting laid the first few times. Don't let your days go by. Glycerine. Glycerine. Did that make you think of getting laid? I hope it did. All right. I guess we could check out whatever Holden wanted to show me. I guess Holden has a surprise video or what? Something. I don't even know what it is, but Holden says that he's created a project that he wanted to surprise me with. What channel was it, Holden? Truther 6246. I think that's what it was. Nope, that's not what it was. Truther 6242. Oh, it's close. All right. We'll see what Holden has for us. I hope it's really funny. It's a surprise for my buddy Jake. All right. Oh, who knows what's this? What is this even going to be? All right, here we go.
All right. Before we begin, I wanted to give a big shout out to Jake. He is the best truth teller and comedian. He does both in one. So you get the truth and you get entertainment at the same time without having to separate the two, which is really good, actually. We need more of that. So this animation, or actually before we get to the animating part, this idea and this concept was made by Jake. He's the one that thought of the idea. I know there's a little biatch who will maybe say otherwise, but Jake is the one that made the idea for this series. He came up with the idea. Because this little biatch decided to stab Jake in the back, he is no longer making the animation for the series. So the show must go on, especially after that final debate and how bad Ronnie and Jason failed at that final debate. The show must go on. So without further ado, here we go. So one more thing. I actually do have to talk about that biatch for a second. And I don't want to hear any excuses. And you know who you are. Hours before you made your first slander video, I offered you the membership. I said I would pay the $2 for you. And instead, you deleted all my Telegram chats. You know. Oh, and by the way, I warned him that Jaron was using sock accounts on Jake's streams back in April, well before this whole, thing started with the misunderstanding. Even before the misunderstanding, he knew that Jaron was doing what he was doing. I told him about it multiple times, including that he's using my first and last name to make his Jake's mom comments. And yeah, that's still going on, unfortunately, on Jake's streams. Every now and then, Jaron will use a bunch of sock accounts and talk about his dead mom. And it's just disgusting. And I know it's Jaron because he the way he talks. And then he talks about, slandering Jake on other things. So I did have to get that out of the way. So for this little biatch, and unfortunately, as much as horrible as he is, this is the theme song from the first episode that he made. But this idea, this whole thing, this was Jake's idea. And this little biatch just decided to make the animation for it. But let's not make any mistake about it. This was Jake's idea. So without further ado, this time, here we go. The show must go on.
The ambiguously gay duo, the ambiguously gay duo. They are thinking on evil, come on. They are fighting to save the day. They're extremely close in an ambiguous way. They're ambiguously gay.
All right. Did you include the entire clip of this from Q's channel? I don't want to play that whole thing from his channel. I'm the one who gave Q this idea to do this. I told him that if he put these two dudes in an ambiguously gay cartoon, it would be funny. So I gave him this idea, but I don't need to take credit for it, and it doesn't mean anything. So thanks, Holden, but I don't really want to show this clip and get possibly copyright claimed by Saturday Night Live for using that song or that cartoon. Oh, it's a different episode. Okay, my bad. I judged it too soon. I thought maybe you just took the clip from his channel.
The ambiguously gay duo, the ambiguously gay duo. They are taking on evil, come on, May. They are fighting all crimes to save the day. They're extremely close in an ambiguous way. They're ambiguously gay duo.
Okay, I think now is the time to read our fan mail. Since we have nothing better to do, The first one is from Jerry Taylor, and it says that you're a retard for believing the flat earth.
Jesus, dude, we really suck that bad. Speaking of suck, I think I need to look at the bottom of the table again.
I think what we needed to do was to say more college-level words and yell more. Our next mail comes from Holden Smith, and it says, you two are shills. Stop lying about Jake the Awake. You two are just as bad.
Well,
Okay, you did edit this video. All right.
yeah, I think I know what to say to Holden. Suck it, pal.
Wow, I can't believe that he doesn't fall for our bullshit. Chill Club. I mean, let's move on. The next one comes from Shady Davy D. Lafleur, and it says, you used a globe map morons. You two are shills like Jaren.
Let's challenge Jaren to another pianist contest. This next one comes from Hammer Time, and it says, I busted Jaren, and now it's time to bust you.
Hammer Time, I would love to bust you, and bust you real good, if you know what I mean. Let us show you how busting works. Also try our latest product. It's a banging sucker. Oh yeah. Here, try it, Jason.
Wow.
Wait, what? Why are you looking down at my pussy, you pieces of shit?
Because we know you want it. You make gay porn on your channel now, so now we will give you what you always wanted.
No. Get away from me, you piece of shit. You fucking clown. You fucking homo. And you fucking moron.
Rubaya. That might be bigger than Jaren's.
God damn me. I might be a piece of shit. I should have never stabbed Jake or Holden in the back and talked to Jaren. I should have never deleted those Telegram chats and slandered Jake. Holden offered me a membership the day before. I started to slander Jake and I decided to be a piece of shit. I was so bad that I twisted the story with Holden.
All right, that was the voice of Q and Fee, who, yeah, he made that theme song at the beginning, the Ambiguously Gay Duo theme song. He has turned into a biatch and has stabbed Jake in the back. So what did I mean at the end with his AI voice? Because it's all AI, by the way, the voices. What do I mean by he twisted the story with me? This is what I mean. He claimed that I purposely wanted to make a public chat with him on Telegram. No, I wanted to make it private. I didn't know how. It was my first day ever using the app. And so then he twists the story on his channel, you know, in the comment section of his own channel to basically slander me. And then I thought we were, you know, friends. I thought we were cool. And that's why.
All right, it's almost over, you guys.
I offered to send him, you know, just pictures of the wharf at the end of the wharf, a couple vacation wharf photos. I tried to be cool with you, Q and Fee. You really blew it. You blew it. And like I said, hours before, and by the way, it wasn't the day before, it was hours before. And that is a correction I need to make. Hours before you made that first slander video about Jake, I offered you the $2. And you deleted all the Telegram chats. So you can't say that I didn't try to help you out, Q and Fee. I did. And then when me and Shady Davy D. LaFleur did our stream, we were neutral, by the way, on our, like, who we were siding. We saw you talking to that sock account by Jaren. So that's when we sided with Jake, for sure. I was kind of on the fence. I think Shady Davy D. LaFleur was as well. But once we did that stream and saw that you talked to that sock account, because you said on your slander video, you never talked to the sock account. Well, it turns out you did. And so we don't trust you anymore. Yeah, we're going to side with Jake because he's being honest. You're a liar, Q and Fee. You are a liar. And the fact that you said you were using him the whole time just goes to show you how low you will go. Q and Fee, shame on you.
All right. Well, thank you, Holden. That was a very interesting adaptation of the Ambiguously Gay Duo. Nobody's ever made a video like that for me ever before. All right. So there you have it. You can find that over on Holden's channel, Truther6242, for anybody who wants to watch that again on their own time. All right. All right. With that said, we could open up the chat and talk about whatever you guys want for the next hour or whatever. I wasn't going to keep you guys too long tonight. So it'll be a little bit of a shorter show tonight since I got started a little later. But whatever you guys want to talk about, feel free to bring it up now. Or any questions you guys have for me, now would be the time while I'm paying attention to chat. Put your hat on, sir. I miss it. My hat on. All right. There you go. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. All right. My light bar is cool. This was only like 27 bucks from Amazon, and it does a lot of cool stuff. I like it. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Hold on. Do, 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 do. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. See, I like that. It's got all these different modes. It's pretty cool. Shady said, pull up Jaren's new merchandise. Jaren's new merchandise. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'll just go to his channel and see if anything's there that might be what you're talking about. What merchandise are you referring to, buddy? I have no idea what you even mean. I notice he's doing his terrible trivia show. Can't even get 1,000 views. It looks like there's a link here. All right, Jarenism's merchandise. I'm sure everybody's just rushing to go get his merchandise. So right here. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking. Now I'm just showing off Jaren's site. Which I'm not trying to do. I don't know what you want me to show, dude. I don't know why you would send me money to show off what Jaren's showing. Yeah, I clicked the link that you sent, Holden, and it just took me to his site. Is there like a certain shirt that he's selling or something that you want me to look at? I don't know exactly what you want me to look at. Oh, he's selling shill shirts? Yeah, you just sent me a link to his site. You didn't send me a link to his shirt. So I don't even know how to show the shirt that you're talking about. I'm over here on his site scrolling around trying to find the shirt that you're talking about, and I don't see it. Now here we are promoting his damn site. All right, so Jaren's selling a shill shirt. Good for him. Apparently, it's hilarious. Okay. I'm going to show you what I have on screen, and you tell me exactly where to go, all right? You tell me exactly where this shirt is so we can get this out of the way. You sent the super chat, so I want to fulfill whatever it is you want me to show. Where? Where do I go see it? All right. And now you sent me, Holden's sending me a link for this. But I don't see a shirt. Where's the shirt? This is the link you sent me, Holden. See, I already looked at this and I didn't see a shirt. So now you're making me have to like explore. See? Still haven't been able to find what it is you guys want me to show. Now you got people cringing out that I'm showing Jaren's shit. Now they're like, why is Jake promoting Jaren's shit? Which would be a valid question for people to ask. Nathaniel Arias says, you're the first truther channel I came across and only one I follow. I had no idea the others and have no interest in them. Keep on showing the truth. Well, there's plenty of channels out there that claim to be about the truth, but there's certain subjects they won't touch, certain things they're not allowed to say. And if they're promoting other shills, that's usually the tip-off that they are a shill channel. If you see them actively promoting other shills or pushing mainstream narratives as real. Somebody asking about the CK stuff. Well, we could watch The News is Fake 4. He put out a video about that. We can just watch that real quick. I've already told you it's staged theater. I didn't feel like making a video about it because I thought everybody would shut up about it after a few days, but apparently it's still a big deal to a lot of people. Some guy that nobody ever fucking heard of until he supposedly dies.
Operate in this space to bring this sort of justice at this sort of speed. In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie. In 33 hours.
Following a 33-hour manhunt for the suspect accused in the killing of conservative activists.
Hey, here's the deal. So any channel that's pushing second and third shooters, is a shill channel. What the fuck are you talking about? A palm gun? So you've been watching bullshit. You've been watching Jimmy Dore or some fucking shill channel who filled your head with some fucking stupid shit. It's theater. But you're thinking that the government actually kills people on TV? Come on, man. Still people falling for these second and third shooter fucking bullshit narratives, right?
Charlie Kirk.
Action. Jesus.
Good evening. My name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. I want to thank the staffers of his amazing Charlie Kirk show. His amazing Charlie Kirk show. He loved the Chicago Cubs. And my goodness, did he love the Oregon Ducks. And my goodness, did he love the Oregon Ducks. Want me to say go Ducks, so I have to since they play on Saturday. So go Ducks. That young man on the cross, our Savior said, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. That man, that young man, I forgive him.
From New York City to China, Erica has worked in the entertainment industry as a model, actress, and casting director, all while remaining grounded in her Christian faith. Her website bio reads, above all, Erica cherishes her role as the wife of Charlie Kirk and the mother of her precious son and daughter.
She also appeared on a dating show in 2019, season 3 of Bravo TV's Summer House.
Dude, there's still people, even in my fucking chat, who are like still pushing these bullshit narratives. Look, I think she sacrificed him. You think she sacrificed him? Is that what you really think? And what evidence do you have of that? I'm blown away by the amount of people who not only fell for this shit, but who fell for all of the conspiracy bait. There's a bunch of conspiracy bait and a bunch of shills handing you conspiracy bait. Rabbit holes that lead to nowhere. Rabbit holes full of rabbit shit, right? When are you going to wake up? It's all shit on a screen with world stage actors. Was it a palm gun? Did the cameraman shoot him? Was there a third shooter on the roof even farther away? Whoa. Wow. All right, everybody take a look. The Squib Effects Kit. You have a bag which will carry your red fluid. Then you have a CO2 cylinder. So you can blow a hole in the bag, blow a hole through the shirt. Then you have the tube for the red liquid to spew out, right? So you have all this stuff. This Hollywood effects kit, basically, that you can simulate somebody getting shot. So how do you think they do it in old school movies back when they used to actually have actors and special effects and stuff? Yeah, they could use a squib kit like this to simulate somebody being shot. So they made it really obvious that the mainstream narrative did not happen. And they made it really obvious that the whole thing is a performance. They made it really fucking obvious, but there's still people bringing up palm guns and sacrifices. No, Jake, it was a professional hit by Israel. And there was a fourth and a fifth shooter. And there was a palm gun hidden inside the camera. And he was holograph technology. Yeah. There was a reason why I didn't want to spend too much time on this shit, because a bunch of idiots have already made up their mind about what they think happened. And no matter what you show them, they're just going to either believe it's real or that he's dead, but just not how the TV said, right? So why spend a bunch of time trying to convince a bunch of fucking people who've already made up their mind on what they think happened? Lemming in a shiny metal box said, good news, Sir Jake. My teacher friend said since you changed your name, it's no longer blocked by her school's network. Awesome. See, I knew I changed my name for a reason. So I changed the name of the channel so that I could share my work. My work could be easily shared without the word asshole involved. So now you can share my work with your grandma or a friend, a coworker, what have you. And you're not sharing asshole. Thank you, Lemming in a shiny metal box. I appreciate the super chat. And earlier, Nathaniel Arias. Before that, Shady Davy D. Thank you guys for hooking me up with some super chat love tonight. Your donations help keep the truth alive here on YouTube. I'm one of the few remaining genuine truthers left. You just made the list. Oh, as if I wasn't already on a list. As if they don't already keep an eye on me. So they can have these AI attacks. They can just blame AI and be like, oh, AI scams are on the rise. And so to protect innocent people from being scammed by AI, we're going to need everyone to get a digital ID. So AI can be their scapegoat for that, of course. Lemming in a shiny metal box says, I also wonder if Carl Childers from Sling Blade would be willing to translate for Stephen Hawking. Oh, God, I haven't seen that movie in so long. There was like a catchphrase or something that guy would say, and I'm forgetting it off the top of my head. The Sling Blade catchphrase. I haven't watched that in so long that like I know that voice that you're wanting me to do, but I'd almost have to watch a Sling Blade clip in order to like possibly pull it off. All right, one sec. Let me see if I can quickly watch a Sling Blade clip and get the voice in my head. I honestly haven't seen that movie in probably 20 years. All right. I just watched a few seconds of the Sling Blade character. Let me see if I can give this a go.
He said, "Do you got any biscuits to eat?" He said he's hungry and he wants to eat some biscuits. Mm-hmm. He said if you don't got biscuits, he'll take some taters and gravy. Mm-hmm. He said he about to shit his pants. But he said for sure he wants some biscuits. Do you got any biscuits? Because that's what he wants. Mm-hmm.
There you go. I honestly have not seen Sling Blade in so long. I literally had to like pull up a clip from the movie and watch like 10 seconds. So if you guys were wondering why I was sitting there staring at the screen, on my end, I was watching a Sling Blade clip, but I don't want to bring up that movie clip and get copyright claimed or nothing. So there you go. Hopefully I pulled it off. First Amendment said, I'd love for you to show the world your beatbox skills. My beatbox skills? Well, as you guys know, I am the greatest beatboxer who ever lived. And I've been barred internationally from beatboxing competition. And the reason is because I'm so good at beatboxing, I automatically win the competition if I show up. So basically, I'm barred from any and all international beatboxing championships because I am a back-to-back world champion. And so they realize that if I show up, there is no beatboxing competition to be had. It's already over before it begins. So for that reason, I can no longer compete in beatboxing contests. But what I can do on a special occasion is do a beatboxing exhibition and show off my skills. Would you guys like for me to show off some of my beatboxing ability? Now, I must warn you, I am the greatest beatboxer who ever lived, and nobody comes anywhere close to being as awesome at beatboxing as me. So once you hear me beatbox, you won't ever even want to hear anyone beatbox ever again. Because once you hear the best, you won't even want to hear the rest. So what do you guys think? You want to hear some beatboxing? I could even turn on the voice activated dealy. Hell yeah. All right. This one time only for you guys. I'm going to come out of retirement. I'm going to show you what the greatest beatboxing you've ever heard in your life sounds like and looks like. But I'm going to need you to hit the like button right now. Hit the like button if you want to hear me do the best beatboxing you've ever heard in your life, times infinity. And yes, I am serious. Saw my boy Kevin Arnold here from the Wonder Years coming in with a super sticker. That means he's super excited for what he's about to see and hear. He knows he's about to get his mind blown by the greatest beatboxer who ever lived. For those of you who've seen me beatbox before, your mind was already blown. I'm going to re-blow your mind. Your mind shall be re-blown. All right. You guys ready? Here we go. Huh? Yeah, right? I mean, pretty freaking good, huh? Best you've ever seen? Times infinity? I know, right? I know. Your mind is blown, correct? Of course it is. Now you guys know why I'm banned from beatboxing competitions. It's because I'm so damn good. Yeah. It's because I'm too good. All right. There you go. Whew. Beatboxing joke. Haven't done that one in a while. I usually only do that one for big donations, but you got lucky today. Send a small donation and you get the greatest beatbox joke ever. Lucky you. All right. While I was beatboxing, I got this donation from Trout Fishing at Hood Park. Said, "Oh my God, LOL." See? Proof his mind was blown. That's how you know I just blew everyone's mind. Times infinity. Not only am I the best, I'm the best times infinity. You might be like, how does that even work? Oh, did you miss what I just did? Well, then you should already know that I'm the best times infinity. I think you just done found out after I just showed you my beatboxing skills, what the best times infinity looks like. What? Kelly Yamaguchi said, check this out. Drop it like it's hot, Jake. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Thank you, Kelly Yamaguchi. You are a sweetheart. One of these days, we're going to have to hang out so I can shake your hand and give you a hug, tell you thank you for the super chat donations. I'm going back and I'm looking and I'm seeing laughing emojis. When I see laughing emojis and a lot of them, that's how I know I'm doing my job. All right. Hell yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. There you go. Beatbox joke, y'all. And Nathaniel Arias had a super chat that I missed. Let me go back and get Nathaniel Arias' super chat. Hopefully you're still here, buddy. Nathaniel, I see you want me to add some Gilbert Gottfried to the mix. It was a while ago. Give me a minute to pull up the super chat. Kelly Yamaguchi said, I knew it was a device in his shirt, sheep tactics. There's another one I missed from a while ago from Kelly. Forgive me for getting carried away and missing a super chat. I'm going back and catching up on all of them right now. I'll make sure I get everyone's super chat and get all caught up. All right. Here it is. Here's the one I was looking for. From Nathaniel Arias says, do a Gilbert Gottfried as president impression.
So as you guys know, I am the best at doing the Aflac duck. Aflac, see? Those are my credentials. So therefore, you know that I would make a great president of the United States. I'm clearly cut out for the job. Watch this. Aflac, right? What more credentials do I possibly need? If you'd like for me to be your next president, write Gilbert Gottfried down on the ballot when you go to vote and make sure that you've got Aflac as your insurance provider. Would you like to hear Gilbert Gottfried do his best impression of Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh, I don't know why I'm going to do this. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Why do they call it a thing when it's just a thing?
That's Gilbert Gottfried doing Jerry Seinfeld.
All right, I got a few laughing emojis out of that.
People think that I'm famous just for doing the Aflac duck. Famous for being a fucking duck. But I was actually in a really annoying movie called Problem Child and Problem Child 2. I was actually the funniest guy in that movie.
Kelly wants to know where Ralphie is. He's over on his chair trying to sleep, but I think I'm keeping him awake.
Hey, puppy. There's the Pippi. There's the Ralph. There's Ralph Pippi. There he is. The Ralpher.
He's almost a year old. Next month, he will be 1 year old. He's a big boy now. You guys remember how small he was when I first got him. Now look how big he is. There's my Ralphs. He's a good boy. Ugh. He's not mad. He never gets mad. He's a sweet boy. He always wants to play or go for a walk or eat food. Those are the three things he likes to do most. And not necessarily in that order. Huh. He's a good boy. Oh, him is good puppy. Mwah. There you go. All right. Make sure I cut up on all the super chats. I got Hood Park, Kelly Yamaguchi, Nathaniel, Kevin, First Amendment, Kelly, Lemming in a shiny metal box. All right. Cool. I'm all caught up. Yep, I got him when he was 3 months old. So I got him in like, I think it was January. And he was born in mid-October. So he's almost a year old exactly. Kelly says, Keanu John Wick will be jealous of your beagle. I know Kung Fu. If the bus goes over 50, the bomb is armed. If it drops below 50, it blows up. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to jump the freeway. I'd rather be Dime Store Keanu Reeves. Dime Store Keanu Reeves, Penguin Zero, is a lot more fun of an impression to do because I can be as mundane as possible and then throw in a terrible reference to P. Diddy and his oiled up black penis. You better watch out. P. Diddy might put some baby oil on a dildo and try and shove it in your ass. I'm Dime Store Keanu Reeves, aka Moist Critical, aka Penguin Zero. I kind of look like Keanu Reeves. I kind of sound like Keanu Reeves. That's why Jake the Awake calls me a Dime Store Keanu Reeves. I'm going to make a video and get 3 million views in the first 24 hours. And then I'm going to throw in a really obscene reference about P. Diddy putting a dildo in your ass. All of my neckbeard fans are going to think it's so funny. I'm really upset that P. Diddy didn't get prison time for what he did. He just might put a dildo in your ass. Isn't that funny? Don't you want to watch more of my channel now that you've heard me say that? All right, now let's listen to Ass Mongold do a reaction to that video. What? What? I can't fucking believe this. Can you guys believe this? I mean, this is almost as crazy as the Epstein files. There you go. There's Ass Mongold reacting. Yeah, that's all they've got to do to get 1 million views or more, right? Ask Mongold can just react to anything in the news today. I can watch. I'll just pull up like any clip. I'll just type in news. All right, so here's how easy it is for Ask Mongold to get 1 million views. You just look up whatever news is trending, whatever the headlines are. Like, Ask Mongold is going to react to Trump tells generals that America is under invasion. Have you guys seen this?
Well, you've heard from me. So now it's the main event. Our commander-in-chief. I have the privilege every single day.
Holy shit, this is crazy. I mean, can you guys believe this? I'm reacting to this right now. I can't believe this. So crazy. This is almost like the Epstein files or something. Whoa.
Of watching him put America first. Of ensuring that our warfighters have everything they need. His compass is clear.
This is so fucked up. I can't believe this. Can you guys believe this? America's so fucked. Man, I can't believe what's happening.
He's easy to follow because you know he has our back. I was thinking backstage.
Right? That's all he's got to do to get 1 million views. Right? He'll have 1 million views in 24 hours just by doing that. All right, Jack Morgan. All right, let me find some TikToks. I'll do the perfect Jack Morgan for you. All right, here we go. Jack Morgan, everybody. Jack Morgan. Maria. All right, we sound good. So, Americans, apparently, they've started living in their cars. Sure, I lived in my car for a while. Yeah, I used to make like 40 grand a year waiting tables. I know what it's like to live in my car. Yeah. Now I live in my mom's house. She died, so now I live in a townhouse. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy out there. Let's see what she has to say.
Everything has gone up a bajillion dollars. So let's open my lease renewal and see how much my rent is going to be next year. This will be my 4th year going into this apartment lease. When I first signed, my rent was $795.
Sha! Wow. I mean, take a hit, metaphorically speaking. We're going to get into this right now. Nestor, are you? Oh, Nestor didn't show up to work today because I got demonetized. I got fungus on my lip, so Nestor didn't show up to work today. So I got to do this solo. Sha, I was just telling my girlfriend the other day. Sha, it's crazy. I remember when I used to pay $700 for rent, and I thought that was expensive. Sha, now the same apartment, $7,000. Sha, wow. Take a hit, metaphorically speaking.
It then went up to $840, and then it went up to $860. $899.
I was just telling my girlfriend the other day, Sha, remember when rent was $700 and then they raised it to $800, and we were like, whoa, how are we going to afford that? And now the same building, they want $8,000 a month. Sha, wow, crazy times. I got fungus on my lip. I'm trying to deal with it. Buy a Caddy Daddy t-shirt. Thank you for buying Caddy Daddy t-shirts. Well, apparently everybody loves Morgan enough that he can get 200,000 views a video just doing that, right? Just react to some TikToks with the most mundane, fucking regular reaction that anyone could give. Don't you like how Jack refers to himself as a funny guy? Yeah, the only reason why girls like me is because I'm a funny guy, right? I'm a funny guy, and people like me and they watch me because I'm funny. It's like, really? Because you don't make me laugh, Jack. In fact, I'm always flabbergasted as to how the fuck you get 200,000 fucking views reacting to TikToks with reactions that anyone could fucking have. Like me pretending to be Jack. I wonder if I would get more views if I just pretended to be Jack and reacted to fucking TikToks. Start a Jack Morgan 3.0 channel and just be like, whoa, that's crazy. Wow, take a hit, Maria. All right. Nathaniel says, I haven't watched a single NFL game this season. It's too painfully obvious it's fake. Bless you for even looking up the footage for the top 10 scripted plays. If I wasn't getting paid, I would not do that. Making the top 10 most scripted plays of the week video is a pain in the ass. I have to watch all the highlights, make a list of the plays, number them, and then I have to edit the video and get all the plays all lined up in the editor, add the music and blah, blah, upload it, make a thumbnail. So yeah, good thing that those videos get 20,000 views and I make around $200 per video. So yeah, it takes me all day to make one of those videos, but I make like $200 in ad revenue. So it's not a bad deal. But yeah, if I wasn't making $200 on those videos, it would not be worth making it. It's barely worth making it for $200. I'm Rig said, who was the guy that you used to do an impression of promoting his 5 types of collagen? Oh, that's Brian from, I think he calls himself the Disturbing Illusion now. He's one of those guys that's done like 15 Charlie videos in a row. He's milking the Kirk thing as much as possible. So he used to go by High Impact Flicks, but now he goes by the Disturbing Illusion. I don't know if he still goes by High Impact Flicks anymore, but yeah, Brian. He's like Truth or Light. He'll give you some basic low-level truths about the government not being on your side, but he's also one of these type of guys who will do like fucking 20 videos in a row on the Kirk shit. Milking it as much as possible. Every fucking video that he's done, for the last like 3 weeks has been about Kirk. Yeah.
Hey guys, Brian here. And before we get to my 16th video about what happened in that Kirk situation, I want to talk about the 5 types of collagen that you need in your body. Right now, the government, Big Daddy government, is trying to make you unhealthy. And one of the ways you can stay healthy like me is by getting 5 types of collagen in your body. I like to take a spoonful of this lab-made powder. Lab-made collagen powder makes me feel strong and buff. You actually will not be healthy or have optimum health unless you eat a spoonful of lab-made collagen once to twice a day. I'm Brian. I'm a good guy. I would never lie. Order now.
Yeah, that's Brian. He's the one that wanted you to buy his powdered collagen. A lot of people like this guy, too. He barely tells any truth.
Joe Biden is a Zio bootlicker. And it turns out Trump is too. Who would have known? Buy my lab-made collagen so that you can be healthy like me.
Yeah, another shill in my book. Yeah, any channel you see like milking the Kirk thing, making like over 10 videos about the same thing just for views and clicks. They're going over all these different rabbit holes and conspiracy theory bait and shit that's been thrown in. All right. And yes, the movie Snake Eyes has a character with the same name as Charlie, basically. And he gets shot in the neck in the movie, just like Charlie. And of course, everybody's sharing that clip. That went viral. Everyone's talking about the Snake Eyes connection. And still, people are like, oh, what a crazy coincidence that the movie has a character with almost exactly the same name who gets shot in the same exact way, basically. Wow. So, like I said, the government is slapping us in the face with how this is staged political theater. But still, people are going down all these rabbit holes with these stupid conspiracy theories about second and third shooters and palm guns. Yep. And that movie was made in like the late 90s or early 2000s or whatever. Late 90s, I think. So this just goes to show you they have this scripted predictive programming for events that are going to happen well into the future. Meaning they plan this shit out very far in advance. Sometimes decades in advance. But there's still people who are like, oh, it's just a coincidence that that movie and what happened to Charlie recently just happened to be similar. It's just a big coinky-dink. There's other people blaming the Mandela effect. Karma said Mandela isn't real. It's just a bunch of people with stupid memory or spelling issues. You know, I can agree in some cases, but there's a few of them that have me a bit messed up. Here's one of the biggest issues. I never knew what a cornucopia was until I asked my mom, "What's that brown thing?" Because on the Fruit of the Loom logo, I knew what all the pieces of fruit were when I was a little kid. I was like 6 or 7 years old or so. I knew what all the fruit was, but I didn't know what the brown thing was. So I specifically asked my mother, "What's this brown thing?" And my mother looked at me and said, "That's a cornucopia." And I went, "Oh," and I had never heard that word in my life. So why do I have a distinct memory of asking my mom what the brown thing was in the Fruit of the Loom logo if there never was a cornucopia? So I have a memory that's wrong of asking my mom what a cornucopia was. That's how I learned what a cornucopia was. I didn't know what one was. So when I found out there was no cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom logo, apparently, that's one that I have an issue with, because I have a very distinct memory of asking my mother what the brown thing was. So I have to convince myself that I didn't ever ask my mom what a cornucopia was, and I pointed at some other brown thing some other time that wasn't part of the Fruit of the Loom logo. That one right there, that one messes me up, because I used to wear Fruit of the Loom underwear. So I remember when my mom would buy the Fruit of the Loom packages that the fucking logo had the damn brown thing. And what was the brown thing? It was a cornucopia. So that's how I learned what a cornucopia was. So how in the fuck do I have that memory? And I'm pretty good with memories. I will admit if a memory is super hazy. Now, I don't have all of these issues with every single Mandela effect like others, but there are a few that are tripping me up that I can't quite figure out. When I was young, no grown-up ever said Bernstein, because when I was in like kindergarten and the teacher used to read us the Bernstein Bears books, she called it Bernstein. All the other adults called it Bernstein. Nobody ever said Bernstein ever. And I never heard Bernstein until after I heard about the Mandela effect. So that one still is weird to me, that every adult in my life called it the wrong thing and nobody ever called it Bernstein ever when I was a kid. Or I'm just remembering that wrong and every adult called it Bernstein and I just don't remember. No. I remember every single adult called it Bernstein. Now, I was a little kid, so I can't remember for sure that all the books said Steen and not Stain, but I could remember all the adults saying Steen. So I guess all the adults when I was a little kid didn't know how to read the word stain, and instead they just said Steen and tricked us. And then there was this Mandela thing to tell us about it later on. See, it's weird. So yeah, there's a few of them that if my memory's wrong, that doesn't make fucking sense. Like, how do I know what the word cornucopia is? And my memory is my mom told me what it is. And I pointed at a Fruit of the Loom package and asked what the fucking brown thing is. How do I have that memory? First Amendment said the Mr. Rogers Mandela effect blows my mind. Yeah, I remember It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. But that one doesn't blow my mind as much. If something changes from like this to that, it's not as big of a deal. But me distinctly asking my mother what the brown thing is on the fucking Fruit of the Loom package, that's how I learned what a cornucopia was. So how could there not be one? All right. And Holden's a lot younger than me, and he remembers Bernstein Bears. Interesting. A younger guy remembering Bernstein. I remember Interview with the Vampire as well. I remember Sally Fields with an S. And what was crazy was when I found out it's just Sally Field with no S. And I asked my mom, Mom, who's that actress that you like in that one movie, Miss Doubtfire or whatever? And she said, Sally Fields. So my mom, who had never heard of the Mandela effect, this was before my mom passed away. I knew my mom had never heard of Mandela effect. I knew for sure she had no idea what that is. So I asked my mom about her favorite actress from this movie, and I knew she was going to say Sally Fields with an S. So it's crazy how people who don't even know about the Mandela effect will give you Mandela effect answers. Now, there was no Jiffy peanut butter. No. Jiffy cornbread. See, this is one where I'll go the other way. Jiffy cornbread mix, Jif peanut butter, Skippy peanut butter. I can see how people get confused. There's Jif, there's Skippy, and then there's Jiffy cornbread mix. So somebody can get confused and say Jiffy peanut butter. I get how that one could be easily confused. I don't remember Jiffy peanut butter ever. I remember Choosy Moms choose Jif. And that's an old commercial. Choosy Moms choose Jif. They don't say Choosy Moms choose Jiffy. It was Choosy Moms choose Jif. I remember that for sure. So I have no recollection of Jiffy peanut butter. So I'm not one of these guys who just falls for every single Mandela effect out there. Be honest, Choosy Moms choose Jif. You never heard Choosy Moms choose Jiffy? Here's the problem with Luke, I am your father. I can see how this one gets confused because in the movie, he's not going to say, Luke, I am your father, because Luke says just before that, I heard you killed him. I heard you killed him. And he says, no, I am your father. I heard you killed him. Luke, I am your father. Doesn't fit. I heard you killed him. No, I am your father. So one of the other things is there's versions out there that people specifically planted to trick you into believing this Mandela effect. So there's different versions available where you can find no, Luke, I am your father. And you can find no, I am your father. And you can find one that's been doctored that says, Luke, I am your father. So you can find 3 different versions out there available to you. So if you're talking about the movie or referencing the movie, you're going to say, Luke, I'm your father, because who's going to say, no, I'm your father, and have anybody know what you're talking about? So if you're referencing the movie, you say, Luke, I am your father, so that people know what you're talking about. So in the movie, Tommy Boy, Luke, I am your father. Because if you say, no, I'm your father, nobody will know what the fuck you're talking about. But in the context of the movie, I heard you killed him. Luke, I'm your father. Doesn't fit. I heard you killed him. No, I am your father. See, that one actually fits in the context of the movie. But if I'm going to tell my friend about the movie, I'm not going to say, I heard you killed him. I'm your father. If I'm going to reference that line, I'm going to say, Luke, I'm your father, right? So there you go. That one's easily explained. But I still can't explain how the fuck I learned what a cornucopia was if it wasn't on the Fruit of the Loom logo, because that's specifically how I learned what it was. So that one messes me up. See, so this is my ordeal with Mandela effect. I can explain away several of them, but then there's a few of them that I cannot explain away at all that totally have me messed up. Yes, Tom, your comments are showing up. So online, if you can find different versions of that. So there's people who've specifically planted Mandela effect bait for you. No, I am your father. No, Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am your father. There's 3 versions out there. Kelly says, Jake, say I go hungry like Chris Cornell. And it's on the table, the fire's cooking. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. I don't mind stealing bread from the lives of decadence. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. Hey. There you go. A little bit of the Temple of the Dog. No, he's back there laying down on his chair. He's just waiting for me to finish up. He knows we're going to go on a walk soon. He goes on a walk like 4 times a day. I don't have like a backyard that I can just let him out. So he knows he's going to get to go on his night walk very soon. Yes, Chris Cornell was in Temple of the Dog. Temple of the Dog was Pearl Jam and Soundgarden mixed together, basically. I'm surprised you didn't know that. So in the chorus, you have Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell going back and forth. And he was also in Audio Slave as well. Most likely a death faker, but you know, he also looked like he was drugged out towards the end of his career. So maybe he really did die. There's some musicians that looked like they were on heroin. You know, like Scott Weiland. There was a point where it looked like he was extremely unhealthy, like he might could have died for real. And Chris Cornell, towards the end of his career, he was looking real thin and strung out and not healthy, and his voice was getting really shitty. So if you go look up Chris Cornell's live performances for like the last 5 years or so of his life, it's all bad performances. In fact, it's kind of hard to find a good Chris Cornell performance. So he sounds good on the albums and on the recordings, but when you go watch live performances, a lot of bad performances. So a lot of people think Chris Cornell is just this amazing singer. And he did have some amazing recordings of his voice, but in a live setting, live performances was not his strong suit. In fact, there's several instances where he was not confident and he was singing out of tune and crowds were not enjoying it. Go back and look for yourself. But the recordings that they did get out of him were really good. There is a theory out there that he was about to expose a child trafficking ring along with Chester Bennington. And then he got killed just before he could come out with that or expose it. But I don't know if I necessarily believe that story. I'm more inclined to believe that he's another death faker in the big club along with Chester. All right. If I was gonna do a little Chris Cornell for you, I'll keep it in the lower register. On a cobweb afternoon in a room full of emptiness by a freeway, I confess I was lost in the pages of a book full of death. Reading I will die alone. The sky was bruised, the wind was blessed, and then where we want to go. In your house I long to be. Rome by Rome, patiently I'll wait for you there, like a stone. I'll wait for you there, alone, alone. Woo. There you go. I had to uncork a little bit of Chris Cornell for you. And forgive me if I got some of those lyrics wrong. I think I meshed together a couple different lines from that song, but there you go. The lower Chris Cornell stuff, I can nail it. It's when he gets into his really high register stuff where it starts to become hard to sing. But the lower level stuff, I can pretty much nail all of the grunge era stuff. So, there you go. There's my Chris Cornell impression for you. Lasers Go Pew Pew with a donation. Thank you. Lasers Go Pew Pew. That's a cool name. All right. Thank you very much, Gio. And Gio sending a super sticker, looks like. Or just a super chat with no message attached. Awesome. I really appreciate that. That was for the amazing singing. Well, thank you. Hang my head, drown my fear, till you all just disappear. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? That's another one that I like from back in the day, Black Hole Sun. All right. Kelly asked me if I hope you heard Static X and Power Man 5000. Fantastic with both of them. I never got into either of those bands. I can't even think of a Power Man 5. What does Power Man 5000 sing? What song are they famous for? I kind of remember Static X. I don't really remember Power Man 5000. I remember the name, but I can't think of what they sing. Oh, When Worlds Collide. Okay, I remember that song. And this is what it's like when worlds collide. Are you ready to go? And your mom is a hoe, and I don't know the words. Oh, rah, rah, rah. That's all I can remember. Are you ready to go? Yes, your mom is a hoe. And this is what it's like when worlds collide. Spoon Man, come together with your plan. Save me. I'm together with your plan. Save me. Save me. Yeah. There you go. Come on, whack it off. 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 Oh, the Crossfire commercial. Let me see if I can do a rendition of the Crossfire board game commercial. Crossfire, you get caught up in the crossfire. Crossfire, crossfire, crossfire. You'll get caught up in it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, there you go. Crossfire. You should be a singer. Well, I was a singer. I'm still a singer. I'm just not in the band, but I used to be in a band. And I used to sing in nursing homes. So I used to sing professionally. There was a time where I was singing in a cover band and singing in nursing homes, making money every month with my voice. And then the boogeyman disease came along and all my gigs dried up and I retreated here to YouTube. And here I am still on YouTube and haven't went back and got all my old jobs back singing. So I guess if I ever get kicked off of YouTube, I could always fall back on my voice and go back to singing.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. It's fantastic. I'm wrapped in fucking plastic. You can comb my hair and fuck me anywhere. Commie bastards trying to ruin MAGA.
There you go. You should have had to pay for that. I should have got like a 20 spot for that. Shit. You got that for free. You got Roseanne singing Barbie Girl for free out of me. Lucky dogs. You know what I haven't done in a while is some Indian gangster rapping. Just waking up in the morning, got to thank God. I don't know, but today seems kind of odd. No barking from the dog, no smog, and mama cook a breakfast with no hog. I got my grub on. I did not pig out. I finally got a call from a girl I want to dig out. Hook it up for later as I hit the door, thinking will I leave another 24. I've got to go cause I've got me a drop top, and if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop, my friend. Had to stop at the red light, looking in my mirror, not a jacker in sight, and everything is all right. I got a beep from Kim, and chicken fuck all night. I call up the homie and I'm asking y'all, which park is y'all playing basketball? You get me on the court and I am trouble. Last week I fuck around and make a triple double. Freaking black guys every way like MJ. I cannot believe today was a good day, my friend. There you go. Little Indian Ice Cube for that ass. Yeah. Indian Ice Cube. All right. Hi, Jake. This one coming from one of my lovely moderators, Jonna. She says, hi, Jake. Could you please sing Stroke You Up by Changing Faces? Look up the lyrics to sing. Stroke You Up. I don't know if I know that one. Let me listen to a second of it. Okay, I vaguely remember this song. It was an R&B song from back in 1994. I might have to sing it in an Indian voice to make it as funny as possible. All right, this is not going to be that great, Jonna, because I have not heard that song in a long time, and it was never one that I knew by heart. So if I'm going to sing it, I'm going to have to sing it in an Indian voice to try and turn it into comedy. Relax, baby. I'm gonna make you feel real good. Tonight is your night. Come here. Let's get this shirt off. Now tell me what you like, because I want to get into everything that you want. Now come closer. Closer. Don't be scared. Touch me. Right there. Oh, yeah. You good boy. Yes. So you want to see me for baby? I want to show you something. Oh, yes. And what's that? Turn the lights down halfway. Huh? Hey, yo, that's cool. Do you mind if I stroke you up? I don't mind. Do you mind if I stroke you down? I don't mind. All through the night, I don't mind. Until your body's tired, I don't mind. Do you mind if I stroke you up? I don't mind. Do you mind if I stroke you down? I don't mind. All through the night, I don't mind making you feel so right. I don't mind. Come on in and close the door. I've got what you are looking for. Dim the lights, unplug the phone, and turn the radio on. I got what you need. Just put your trust in me and I won't let you down. So give me your love right now. Give it up. That's what I want to do. Keep it coming. Do not stop. I've got a question for you. Do you mind if I stroke you up, my friend? I do not mind. If you do not mind, do you mind if I stroke you down? I don't mind. All through the night until your body's tired. Do you mind if I stroke you up, my friend? All through the night, making you feel so right. I know the thing you want to do to make you feel all right, giving you all of me and keeping you satisfied. Boy, there's no mystery. You know how I feel right now. I want to lift you up and make you come down. Give it up. That's what I want to do. Keep it coming. Do not stop. I've got a question for you. Do you mind if I stroke you up? Do you mind if I stroke you down? All through the night until your body's tired. All through the night, making you feel all right, my friend. Give it up. Keep it coming. I've got a question for you, Jonah. I have got a question for you, Jonah. Do you mind if I stroke you? I want to stroke your bum bum. I want to stroke your bum bum and licky boom boom down. Do you know the song Licky Boom Boom Down? Informer. They call me something about a player licky boom boom down. What? What the fuck am I saying now? All right. Now, Jonna, if you wanted me to sing that song seriously, you picked the wrong guy to sing an old R&B song by some black ladies. All right, so hopefully she's pleased with that. Some old R&B from 1994. Jake, what do you think of Jim Brewer, real or fake? Well, he's in the big club. He ties back to Hollywood. He won't tell you what happened to the original Dave Chappelle. He'll tell you Dave got visited. But when he's hanging out with people like Roseanne Barr, and when he has shills on his podcast, that tells me he's still a shill. So he ain't turning his back on Hollywood and telling us the truth about the inner workings of Hollywood and what goes on behind the scenes or none of that. So the fact he won't come clean about Dave, the fact that he hangs out with other club members like Roseanne, and the fact that he's had David Weiss on his program, Mick Toon and Fight the Fat Ass Craig on his program, that tells me all I need to know about Jim. All right. And Hangin' Laundry says, maybe you will need to work on this. Tony Robbins and Dan Pena having a seriously marital spat. I don't even know who those guys are, dude. Tony Robbins and Dan Pena. Yeah, bro, I'm going to have to ask that you ask me to do something else. I don't just want to keep your super chat and tell you no thanks, but like, I've never done a Tony Robbins or a Dan Pena impression before, and I don't even really know who they are. So I would have to like go look up who both of them are. And by the time I go look up who both of them are, the window of opportunity will have probably passed itself by. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to come up with two other people. Come up with some other comedic idea for me to do, sir. Jonna said, so sorry, that wasn't the song. I made a mistake. So Jonna wanted me to sing some other song about stroking someone up. Well, there's different songs about stroking. There's stroke me, say you're a winner, baby, you just sinner now. And then there's stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west. I stroke it with the woman that I love best. I'll be stroking. And then you came up with this song. You mind if I stroke you up or whatever? Or I want to stroke you up. And it turns out that's not even the song that you wanted. So thank you for sending another super chat apologizing about the wrong song. But I think that it was still funny to read the lyrics from that song in the Indian guy voice. So don't be sorry. It worked out because I've never sang that song in the Indian voice before. So I added a new wrinkle to my repertoire, if you will. Thank you, Jonna, for your 2 super chats, even though I didn't sing the song that you wanted. It's very sweet of you. If you can think of what song it was, let me know, and I'll try and give it a go for you. Jack the A-hole says, Creep by Radiohead, please. Creep by Radiohead. You want me to just sing it regular? Creep by Radiohead. God, I've heard it like a million times, and I can't think of how it starts. Oh, yeah. Now I got it. When you're here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I want to have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. There you go. There's a shortened version. I don't want to sing the whole damn song because it's slow and it drags on and on and on. And I've heard it a million times. There you go. The short version of Creep. And I'm doing this a cappella without any music in the background. So could you sing the song Stroking by Clarence Carter? Stroking by Clarence Carter. Now I have to look up the lyrics to that one. Oh, man. When I stop making love, I don't just make love, I be stroking. That's what I be doing. Huh. I be stroking. I stroke it to the east and I stroke it to the west. I stroke it to the woman that I love best. I be stroking. Boom, 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 boom. Let me ask you something. What time of day do you feel? What time of the day do you feel to make love? Have you ever made love just before breakfast? Have you ever made love while you watch the Late Late Show? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever made love on a couch? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever made love in the back seat of a car? I remember one time I made love on the back seat of a car and the police came and shined the light on me and said, I'm stroking. What I'm doing, I be stroking. I stroke it to the east and I stroke it to the west. I stroke it to the woman that I love best. I be stroking. Let me ask you something. How long has it been since you made love, huh? Did you make love yesterday? Did you make love last week? Did you make love last year? Or maybe it might be you're planning on making love tonight. But just remember, when you start making love, you make it hard, long, soft, short, and be stroking. I be stroking. I be stroking to the east and stroking to the west, stroking with the woman that I love best. Huh, I be stroking. Now, when I start making love to my woman, I don't stop until I know she's sexified. And I can always tell when she gets sexified, because when she gets sexified, she start calling my name. She say, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter. Whoa, shit, Clarence Carter. The other night I was stroking my woman, and it got so good to her. You know what she told me? Let me tell you what she told me. She said, stroke it, Clarence Carter, but don't stop so fast if my stuff ain't tight enough. You can stick it up my woo. And I be stroking, ha, 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 ha. I be stroking. Stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west. I stroke it just for Jonna, cause she is the best. Whoo, I be stroking. Boom, 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 boom. I stroke it to the north, and I stroke it to the south. I stroke it right inside of Jonna's mouth. Just kidding, I'm stroking. Just kidding, Jonna. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Stroking inside of Jonna's mouth. All right. It's difficult to do that song without the music, to just do it a cappella. But if I start singing the song with the music, I'm for sure going to get copyright claimed. There you go. Glad we got that cleared up, Jonna. I think that one would have probably been funnier in the Indian voice. I stroke it to the east. I stroke it to the west. I stroke it just for Jonah because she is the best, my friend. I be stroking to the north, stroking to the south. I stroke it all day long inside of your mouth. I stroke it to the left, stroke it to the right. I stroke it with your grandma all the freaking night, my friend. I be stroking. Can I sing Shake It Fast by Mystical? Oh, now you're asking songs that I don't even know. I don't even know that song. So if I don't know it, the next best thing is that I read it in my Indian voice. Shake It Fast by Mystical. Oh, okay. I have heard that before. Shake it fast, but watch yourself. Shake it fast. Show me what you're working with. Shake it fast. Watch yourself. Shake it fast. I came here with the mic in my hand. Don't make me leave here with my foot in your be cool. And don't worry about how I'm ripping this. When I'm flipping what I'm kicking, that's just what I do. I'm ever-escent and I'm off the crescent. Here, let me pull up the lyrics for you guys. And I don't know the song that well, so I'm going to read it in the Indian accent to keep it comedy. I'm not going to actually try and sing this in a serious manner. Nastier than full-grown German shepherd. You better keep stepping. They don't mess with me, and they don't. Y'all can't catch me, and they won't. Pay your fare. Fix your hair. Throw that. Got a Prada for my boot knockers and Donna for my babushki. You think I'm tricking? Well, I ain't tripping, but I'm buying if you got nice curves for your iceberg. Drinking hen and acting like it do something to me. Hope this indecent proposal make you do something with me. Forget $1, girl, pick up 50. Forget that coward, girl. You need a real off the top knickerboxers hurting me. Bend over, girl. Show me what you're working with. Shake it fast, but watch yourself. Shake it fast, but show me what you're working with. But shake it fast. Watch yourself. Attention, all your players and pimps. Shake it fast. Right now in the place to be. I thought I told your dudes before. Your dudes can't mess with me. Now this ain't for no small booties. No, sir. Cause that won't pass. But if you feel you got the biggest one, then mama come shake it fast. Shake it fast. But watch yourself. You shake it fast and show me what you're working with. I like my woman fire like cayenne, chocolate and bow-legged. When I'm running up behind her, go ahead, do your job, pop the lock. Let the for real girl don't lie. You know you want to go back to my house. The man right here wanna get under that dress right there. You spicy Cajun, we're going a good one time over there. You better suck the head on them there crawfish, and you got to bend all the way over to dance off this. Handle your business, but I know you do it way better. You did wrong, so if you're talking about it and they make noise when you pass by, girl, get your fine self on the floor. This your song. Do your thing. Don't be scared, cause you gon' get served. You get mine, then you gon' get yours. But to make you love it, raise it up, show the G-string, hustle, hustle. Ooh, this is hard. Wow. All right, that's a first. There you go. I hope you like the Indian version. If I would have tried to sing that in a serious manner, it would have sucked. So by doing it in an Indian voice, hopefully it's funny. I hope. All right. Let me make sure I'm caught up on super chats. I see a bunch of them have come in here. Ryler05 says, have you ever seen Andre Fluin video about the players rigging the NFL? Yeah, he didn't admit shit. He's doing damage control for the NFL. One of the worst admissions ever. He didn't show any examples. He didn't admit that he and all the other players were faking it. and that they were faking it in D1 college. So they know before they get into the NFL, before they become starters, that it's fake football. And so he didn't tell the truth about that. So shitty admission, not worth watching at all. But yes, I did see it. Thank you, Ryler05. A-Rod wants Colt 45 by Afro Man. God, you guys are asking for songs I don't really know. I've heard this song, but I don't know it that well. So I'm going to have to like read the lyrics. Maybe I'll do like a Russian voice this time. All right. I'm thinking this time I'll do the song in a celebrity voice. Like, how about like Richie from Boston? All right. I'm going to give this a go in Richie from Boston's voice.
Said Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. We can go to the park after dark, smoke that tumbleweed, or in my case, vape that tumbleweed. As the marijuana burn, we can take our turn singing them dirty rap songs. Stop and hit the bong like Cheech and Chong and sell tapes from here to Hong Kong. So roll, roll, roll my joint. Pick out the seeds and stems. Feeling high as hell, flying through Palmdale, skating on Dayton rims. So roll, roll the 83 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. If my tapes and my CDs just don't sell, I bet my caddy will. Well, it was just sundown in a small white town. They call it Eastside Palmdale. Well, the Afro Man walked through the white land. Houses went up for sale. Well, I was just standing on the corner selling rap CDs when I met a little girl named Jan. I let her ride my caddy because I didn't know her daddy was the leader of the Ku Klux Klan. We fucked on the bed. We fucked on the floor. Fucked so long, I grew a fucking afro. Then I fucked to the left. I fucked to the right. She sucked my dick till the shit turned white. I thought to myself, Sheba, Sheba, got my ass looking like a zebra. I put on my clothes. I was on my way until her daddy pulled up in a Chevrolet. So I ran. I jumped out the back window. Put her daddy. He was waiting with her 2x4. Oh, he beat me out to the left. He beat me to the right. The motherfucker whooped my ass all night. But I ain't mad at her prejudiced dad. That's the best damn pussy that I ever had. Got a bag of weed and a bottle of wine. Gonna fuck that bitch just one more time. At any rate, I digress. Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, baby. That's all we need. We can go to the park after dark and smoke or vape that tumbleweed. As the marijuana burn, we take our turn singing them dirty rap songs. Stop and hit the bong like Cheech and Chong and sell tapes from here to Hong Kong. So roll, roll, roll my joint. Pick out the seeds and stems. Feeling high as hell, flying through Palmdale, skating on Dayton's rims. So roll, roll the 83 Coupe de Ville. If my tapes, my CDs just don't sell, I bet my caddy will. So like, share, and subscribe, or don't.
There you go. Again, if I was to try and sing that in a serious manner, it would be cringe as fuck. So I'm trying to keep these as funny as possible. All right. I probably missed some super chats, so let me make sure I'm all caught up. Oh my God. I got one from Jack the A-hole asking if I'll do funny faces. Okay, there was somebody that mentioned AI Trump in between all these song requests. If I missed anyone's super chat, I'm going to go back and read them right now. One sec. It was a few minutes ago that this super chat came in. Somebody's asking about AI Trump. Okay. Geo says, you're still the only guy pointing out AI Trump. Everyone else, radio silence, not one. If everyone figured it out, imagine. Then the entire illusion would fall like a house of cards. What will it take? But yeah, I thought that about the space station. I thought when people figured out that the space station is fake, that the fake space would fall, right? And that they would have to admit that they've been faking space, right? All people got to do is just watch any video of the space station and they'll wake up and realize how fake it is. But that's not the case. So most sheeple are just so damn brain dead that they just believe anything and everything they see on the news. And they won't even notice something like an AI glitch from an AI Trump. And if you even showed it to them, they still wouldn't believe it. They'll think it's some edited video that you got from some cuckoo website. So yeah, trying to wake people up to this shit, you know, it's like pulling teeth. There's so many sheeple who are stuck in their slumber and they ain't ever going to wake up no matter what you show them. And then there's a bunch of shills out there who aren't allowed to talk about AI Trump. So I can see why hardly anyone's talking about it besides me. And then you have channels that did some damage control who did bring up the AI Trump, but they acted like it was just one video of AI Trump. So the Jimmy Dore show has over 1 million subs, much bigger audience than me. They showed the same AI clip of Trump that I showed, except they said it was just this one interview that he did, and it must be because of health issues, maybe because he had a stroke. So they basically tried to normalize the use of AI Trump by acting like it was a one-off event, like Trump had some health issue or he was too busy. So he had his team whip up a AI version of himself giving a eulogy for his buddy Charlie. So yeah, a few channels did some damage control talking about AI Trump, but as far as I know, I'm the only one talking about AI Trump and breaking it down and proving that they're using AI Trump. Thank you, Geo, for the super chat. And yeah, all the sheep waking up at once and the deck of cards crashing down, as you say, the house of cards, if you will, crashing down. Yeah, it's a nice thought, but it won't ever happen. I hate to be Mr. Doom and Gloom, but humanity is fucked. They don't notice AI Trump, and I don't even know if they would care. People are more interested in their fake phony football team winning a fake phony game than they are anything happening in politics. And those who are into politics have their head either up Trump's ass or they're so far on the left that they're going to vote for whatever left-wing puppet they parade out their necks, whether it be Bernie or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So these people waking up and the deck of cards falling down ain't never going to happen. It's a pipe dream. Thank you, Geo, for that super chat. All right, so the last super chat that I got was from Jack the A-hole, and he was asking me to do some funny faces. Could you please make your best funny faces? My best funny faces. Is this one funny? There you go. There's a handful of different faces for you. All right. So here I am with non-crazy eyes. And if I want to do the crazy eyes, I go like this.
Look at him. Look at his eyes. That's how you know he's a diamond. Look at this creepy creature. Look at his eyes.
Now look at him. And now I don't look like I have crazy eyes, huh? Now I just look like I smoked some weed earlier, right? Now I got stoner eyes, right?
But now they're crazy. Are you telling me this guy can make his eyes go crazy whenever he wants? Like this guy has control over his eyes? Like a creepy diamond creature?
Yeah, he does. He's got control over his eyes. He can go like this.
Or like this. Crazy eyes.
Not so crazy.
Crazy.
Not so crazy. There you go. Some crazy eyes for that ass. Wow, you guys got really generous when we started not talking about conspiracies anymore. Like earlier in the stream, I got like a couple little super chats, but then once I opened it up and we started just doing open topic, then suddenly the song requests started coming in. And then the more I started goofing off, the more generous you guys became. I swear I made more money just goofing off than I did talking about any of the serious stuff. This leads me to believe I would make more money just goofing off from now on. So maybe I shouldn't talk about anything serious or conspiracy related anymore, and I should just sing like an Indian and make funny faces from now on. I'm just kidding. But seriously, though, I totally made a lot more money just screwing around than I did talking about serious stuff earlier. Now I know what you guys like. You know what would be funny? Is if you asked me to do my least funny faces. Jake, could you make your least funny faces? Okay. Here's one of them. Huh? Here's one of my least funny faces. This one's pretty not funny, huh? There you go. My least funny face. All right. There you go. Who wants to pay me to do my least funny face possible? Good times. So somebody mentioned that that video about the NFL player talking about the NFL being rigged, and it was not a good admission. We can even watch like a few minutes of it, and then we'll wrap it up. All right. So let's watch an NFL player do some damage control and give a fake admission about how the NFL's rigged.
Sack fumbles, 6 tackles for loss. I've just never seen a guy at my position take over a game, especially in the NFL. It's just not supposed to happen. And then one particular play, I'll never forget. We get off the field. He gets a sack, recovers a fumble. He comes down to the bench. He sits down, and he closes his eyes, and he clenches his fists, just like this. Now, I grabbed him, and I shook him. I said, bro, are you okay? And he totally ignored me. And I grabbed him again. I thought he was hurt. I said, bro, are you all right? He totally disregarded me. And so kind of annoyed, and in my little ego, I walked off, and I was like, forget you too, man. And so that was the moment, though, when I realized how rigged the NFL is, and I have to explain this to you. It's all rigged, all of it, from the Super Bowl to the players to the coaches. I'm telling you, the whole thing is rigged. Now, how would I know? I mean, I just played in the NFL for 8 years. I was in the locker room for 8 years. So I know a little bit about how this thing called the National Football League is actually rigged, and it's not exactly in the way that you would think. Let me expose everything to you. All right, now I get it. You know, when we think of something being rigged, we think of...
Okay, if he doesn't say that the whole game is pretend and that he was playing pretend football and that they knew who was going to win or lose beforehand, if he doesn't come out and explain that the whole damn game is phony and that he was a phony football player and that he actively duped the public by pretending to play, if he doesn't admit that, then his admission is bullshit.
What the refs, and I've been on the part of some bad calls. We think of Vegas. I mean, we even think of coaching. And I get all that. I mean, I've been there, I've done that. And even from the inside, a lot of times I thought the game was rigged. But in reality, let me expose the real.
Even from the inside, I thought that the game was rigged. See, the way he's speaking, this is not a real admission. He would have been playing fake football in D1 college. So Division I college games are fixed and phony, like the NFL. You can bet on Division I college games, so those games are fixed as well. So he's acting like the NFL is rigged in this certain way, but he's not being honest about how it's rigged.
Dark secrets of how this thing is really rigged. So have you ever seen a game and you see a player and he's wide open, he's about to score a touchdown, catches the ball, and then he drops it. And then you're probably thinking like, how in the world can an NFL player, a person that's done this his entire life, drop the ball at that moment? It just seems almost unbelievable. Or let's take the Patriots, down 28-3 versus the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl at halftime. And it seems that there is no way that the New England Patriots can come back on the Atlanta Falcons and win the game. But then you just start seeing the momentum shift. And more importantly, you see what the Falcons didn't do. It seems like the Falcons let off the gas while the Patriots turned on the gas. And we all know what ended up happening. Patriots ended up winning the game. Now, is that part of the script? Well, kind of. And let me explain something to you. What if I told you that the game was actually rigged by the players? Not Vegas, not the media, but by the players themselves. Something to do to be involved in all this betting that's going on. Well, I'll tell you, the game is actually rigged from within. Now, what I didn't tell you about that story of Ndamukong Suh is what he told me after the game. And so I'll never forget. I go up to him after the game, and he comes up to me. He says, Flu, my name is Flu, because everybody calls me Flu. He says, you know, I didn't mean to ignore you, bro. I was just in the middle of my visualization. I said, bro, what is that? And you should have seen the disgust on his face when I asked him that question. He was like, bro, are you serious right now? I said, yeah, what does visualization mean? I've never even heard of that term in my life. So Suh looks at me, and this is how Suh is. And he says, all right, bro, let me put you on game. He said, you know how you're always in the right gap? You know how you're always listening to the coach? You always run the play that's called? And he said, you know how I never listen to coach? I'm never in the right gap. I'm always freestyling. And this is what he said to me, and this cut me to my soul, y'all. He said, and you know how I make the plays and you don't? That was harsh. That was cold, but it was the truth. And this is what he said to me that absolutely changed my life. He said, the reason I make these plays like this is because you think that me being on the field today is the first time I've been on this field. I have imagined myself making these plays 1,000,000 times this week.
Okay, yeah, this is not an actual admission that the games are fucking fake. Yeah, what he should say is, I'm guilty of playing fake football. I pretended to play football. Me and Ndamukong Suh, yeah, we played fake football. We were pretending so that people would lose money. The sports gamblers who bet on the games, yeah, we would actively go out there and lose games on purpose so that we could beat the sports gamblers. We were the pawns in the game. We were the pieces on the chessboard used to extract money from the sports gamblers. I'm guilty of playing fake football. No, he didn't say anything like that. So again, this is another fake admission. It sounds like he's going to admit something, but then he doesn't, right? He's not showing clips and proving that they're playing fake football. Who shows the clips and proves that they're playing fake football? Oh, let's see. There's me. And then that's pretty much it. So I'm the only one that actually shows the actual proof and shows the game breakdowns that they're playing fake football on the field. So the only admission I will accept is one where a player admits that the whole thing is entertainment and that the games are not decided on the field. And the only one who's ever admitted that is Dwight Smith. So Dwight Smith is the gold standard in player admissions. I've never heard another player make an admission as good as Dwight Smith's admission. In fact, a lot of the other player admissions seem more like damage control rather than an admission. So the only admission that I count is Dwight Smith's admission because he is a former Super Bowl champion. He had 2 pick sixes in the Super Bowl. So he's not just some backup or some practice squad guy. So we got a former Super Bowl champion, Dwight Smith, said the game is entertainment. The outcomes are not decided on the field. That, to me, is a player admission. What this guy's saying so far, just a bunch of bullshit. And then look at this flower right here. He's drawing on this board, but he's not showing any clips to back up anything he's saying.
Come on, bro. Get your mental game together. And he said, I hope you have a mental coach. I didn't even know one existed. And so he said, oh my God, Flu, we got to get you together. He walks off. And so at that moment, I realized that certain players do things differently than other players. I realized at that moment that the game was actually rigged from within.
Nothing of what he said proves that it's rigged from within the way that he's talking. In fact, the way he's talking about isn't really rigged football. So it's almost like just some bullshit. He's like, oh, visualization. Let me put you on some game. And he told me about visualization. And he visualized himself making this play. You guys play fake football. Why aren't you fucking talking about the fact that you're out there pretending to play football?
Now, this is incredibly important because if this was true, then I needed to try this myself. And so I did. And I'll never forget this. After Ndamukong told me that, I said, you know what? I got a specific sack dance that I want to do against the Chicago Bears. That's who we're playing the next week. And one of my friends, Willie Young, he played for the Chicago Bears, and he used to always do this going fishing sack dance. And so that week I told myself, I'm going to go fishing and point at Willie on the sideline because he played for the Chicago Bears. He was my friend.
Guys, it's rigged from within because this guy wanted to do a fishing dance. Like, what the fuck is he talking about, right? He's been talking for almost 6 minutes and he hasn't fucking said anything about the game being fake. That they're extracting as much possible out of the sports bettors as they can by having teams lose on purpose, right? That's why they call it an upset. When one team is better than another team, and all these people think for sure that the team that's better has better players is going to win. And then that team gets upset. They lose to a team that's much worse and has a worse record. Yeah, it's upsetting to lose a bunch of money. That's why they call it an upset. And so the whole sports gambling industry is built upon tricking people to put their money down on a team they think is better, only to have the underdog pull off the upset so that they can rake that money off of the table. So the NFL sets up these scenarios. Well, they'll have a 3-0 team against an 0-3 team, such as like Giants versus Chargers. And everyone's like, oh, the Chargers are going to whoop the Giants, no problem. And then you have the winless Giants upset the Chargers. Well, any given Sunday, anyone can beat anyone, especially when there's a lot of money on the line. And so he's not talking about how the game is rigged from within. Instead, he's bringing up a bunch of fucking bullshit. So this guy's doing damage control on behalf of the NFL. Hasn't said a damn thing about how it's rigged.
So every night before I would go to sleep, I would visualize myself going fishing. Every morning before I even got out of bed, what was I doing? I was going fishing on the quarterback, Jay Cutler at the time. It even got to the point where I was just in my room before the games, even during the week, during practice, and I was practicing what kind of fish I was going to catch. And you could imagine the coach put me in the game. It was 3rd and 8. He puts me in. We run an easy stunt. That means I go outside. The defensive end comes underneath. And so defensive end comes underneath. I go outside, and who was waiting right there in front of me? It was Jay Cutler, the quarterback. I got my...
So he visualized himself getting this sack and doing a fishing dance. And then guess what? It happened in a game, you guys. So it's rigged from within by the players. And the players visualize what they want to do, and then it happens. Yeah, it's rigged from within because he visualized himself doing a dance. And then he did the dance.
Sack, got up, went fishing, and pointed at Willie Young.
Oh, well, that's proof that it's rigged from within by the players. Thanks for admitting that. Fucking damage control fucking loser. Like, what did he even admit? The NFL is rigged from within. It's called visualization. I visualized myself going fishing. And then I got a sack and I did the fishing dance. Proof that it's rigged from within because I visualized it. What the fuck is he even talking about? That was not an admission of anything that had to do with the NFL being rigged at all. I'm not even going to subject myself. That was like a 35-minute video, and I could only get through about 6 minutes, and I refuse to watch any more. There's no way he's going to say anything that's useful to me. He's not going to admit anything about the NFL actually being rigged, if that's how he started his video. If he can't get it out of his mouth within the first few minutes that he played fake football and all the players on the field are playing fake football and they're told what to do and they just perform a phony football game no different than a WWE match. If he would have said, oh, it's like a WWE match and we're told what to do. So there were teams that we could have beat the shit out of, but coach told us we had to lose before the game. So we went out there and we ran a bunch of crap plays that we knew weren't going to work. He didn't say nothing like that. Right? Like what the fuck? What the fuck did he even tell us? Visualization. Ndamukong Suh. He told me, you think this is my first time out on the field, but I've been out here 1,000 times in my mind. He was visualizing it. So I visualized myself doing a fishing dance. And then guess what happened? I did do the fishing dance. Proof that it's rigged from within by the player. What? Yeah. Oh, all right. All right, guys, I've been on here over 3 hours. I didn't even plan to go this long, but I got carried away and ended up going longer than I thought I would. So thank you guys for hanging out with me on another Truther Tuesday. I appreciate all of you being here. I appreciate everyone who showed up and participated here in the chat. I'll go back and watch the replay and I'll read everybody's messages. When I'm here live, I can't read every single person's comment. And so I appreciate everybody who sent a super chat. Extra special thank you to everyone who sent a super chat. And for those of you, if your message wasn't read here live, I do go back and watch the replay and I read all the messages so that I can see who was here and who said what. So I will be reading each and every message that was here in the chat. So whatever was said, I will see it eventually. So, all right. Thank you guys for hanging out on another edition of Truther Tuesday. Me and Ralph are going to get off here. I'm going to take this dog out for a walk. And we are going to enjoy the rest of our Tuesday night. You guys enjoy the rest of yours. We'll catch you next time in the next stream or the next video. Peace out. Much love. Take it easy. Good night.